Hey everyone, welcome back to OC Outdoorsman. Day started off rather cool, it was in the low 60s, no sun, or at least it was overcast again. Joining me this morning are Glenn and Cesar there to my starboard side. But also joining us today is Simon there in his vintage Hobie Outback. He does have the new 2019, but he has it stored over at Dana Point, so he'll be using the older model today. Simon wants to use live bait this morning, so we're over here at the bait barge for him to pick up some live anchovies and sardines. The rest of us will be using mainly shrimp and squid. It was surprising to see how many kayaks were out on the water this morning, but it is summer, although it doesn't look like that. You could see how calm it was, barely any swells. Water temperature was in the high 60s, average depth was about 45-50 feet. But here we are on the way out to the kelp forest. The sun finally comes out, and the first thing I hook into is an ocean whitefish here. This is a decent size. We are using shrimp as bait, and soon after that I catch a second ocean whitefish. For some reason it was very slow. We were struggling to catch any California sheepshead, but we weren't about to give up. To mix things up, I decided to start catching live bait. Here's a small mackerel that's going in the bag, and I'm using crappie bites. Freshwater bait that works out on the ocean. You should try this because all sorts of fish will go for it, not just mackerel. And here you'll see a blacksmith perch has gone for it. He's going in the bag. And then a larger mackerel attacks it, and he too is going in the bag. So don't hesitate to try freshwater baits out here. They will work for the smaller fish for live bait. Finally, the California sheepshead start biting. This is a juvenile, so he's undersized and will be released. Soon after, I hook into another sheepshead. This guy is on the small side, so he gets released as well. It was around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and the sheepshead were just biting like crazy, but most of them were undersized, so I released this guy as well. And then here's a nice surprise. I drop in a shrimp and it gets slammed by this decent calico bass. I tend to release any calicos or sand bass that I catch, even if they're legal, so this guy goes free. And then my bait gets hit hard, and this fish fought really hard. I thought it was huge. I had to keep releasing the bail, tugging him in. It was just fighting like crazy. Turns out he tangled himself up in the kelp, so I really struggled to get him in. This is why I sped up the footage. You could see it was a battle. I thought this was a big fish, but he just dove into the kelp and I had to yank him out of there. As you can see, he wasn't a giant that I thought he was going to be. When I measured him, he was close to 15 inches. Not a bad fish, just not a trophy sheepshead. But once they get into that kelp, boy, it becomes a struggle to yank them out. Cesar had a great day as well. Here are the two bass that he caught. The biggest one there is 18 inches, the Calico. The second one there looked like a sand bass. He was just an inch shorter. So as I get back to the landing point, time to haul everything back to my truck.